Find more questions and study at your own pace on our website. The link will be in the description. Let's get started. Question 1. A company stores multiple Amazon machine images in an AWS account to launch its Amazon EC2 instances. The AMIs contain critical data and configurations that are necessary for the company's operations. The company wants to implement a solution that will recover accidentally deleted AMIs quickly and efficiently. Which solution will meet these requirements with the least operational overhead? Option A. Create Amazon Elastic Block Store snapshots of the AMIs. Store the snapshots in a separate AWS account. Option B. Copy all AMIs to another AWS account periodically. Option C. Create a retention rule and recycle bin. Option D. Upload the AMIs to an Amazon S3 bucket that has cross-region replication. The answer is option C. The best solution for quickly and efficiently recovering accidentally deleted AMIs with the least operational overhead is to create a retention rule and recycle bin. The recycle bin feature allows the company to retain deleted AMIs for a specified period, during which they can be easily restored. This solution does not require additional copying or uploading of resources and minimizes management effort compared to the other options. Question 2. A medical research lab produces data that is related to a new study. The lab wants to make the data available with minimum latency to clinics across the country for their on-premises, file-based applications. The data files are stored in an Amazon S3 bucket that has read-only permissions for each clinic. What should a solutions architect recommend to meet these requirements? Option A. Deploy an AWS Storage Gateway File Gateway as a virtual machine on premises at each clinic. Option B. Migrate the files to each clinic's on-premises applications by using AWS Data Sync for processing. Option C. Deploy an AWS Storage Gateway Volume Gateway as a virtual machine on premises at each clinic. Option D. Attach an Amazon Elastic file system to each clinic's on-premises servers. The answer is option A. Deploying an AWS Storage Gateway File Gateway as a virtual machine on premises at each clinic allows the clinics to access data files stored in the Amazon S3 bucket through a file interface. This setup provides low-latency access to data by caching frequently accessed data locally while maintaining read-only permissions. This solution is optimal for file-based applications as it effectively bridges the on-premises file system with the cloud storage. Question 3. A company is building a RESTful serverless web application on AWS by using Amazon API Gateway and AWS Lambda. The users of this web application will be geographically distributed, and the company wants to reduce the latency of API requests to these users. Which type of endpoint should a solutions architect use to meet these requirements? Option A. Private endpoint. Option B. Regional endpoint. Option C. Interface VPC endpoint. Option D. Edge-optimized endpoint. The answer is option D. An edge-optimized endpoint is designed to reduce latency for geographically distributed users by routing their API requests through AWS CloudFront's global network of edge locations. This ensures that requests are directed to the nearest point of presence, improving response times. This type of endpoint is ideal for a company looking to provide a fast and efficient experience to a global user base. Question 4. A company runs containers in a Kubernetes environment in the company's local data center. The company wants to use Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service and other AWS managed services. Data must remain locally in the company's data center and cannot be stored in any remote site or cloud to maintain compliance. Which solution will meet these requirements? Option A. Deploy AWS local zones in the company's data center. Option B. Use an AWS snowmobile in the company's data center. Option C. Install an AWS Outpost rack in the company's data center. Option D. Install an AWS Snowball Edge Storage optimized node in the data center. The answer is option C. To meet the requirement of keeping data locally in the company's data center while using Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service and other AWS managed services, installing an AWS Outpost rack in the company's data center is the appropriate solution. AWS Outposts extends AWS infrastructure, services, APIs, and tools to virtually any data center, allowing you to run applications and workloads on premises while ensuring data remains local for compliance. Question 5. A company is building a new furniture inventory application. The company has deployed the application on a fleet of Amazon EC2 instances across multiple availability zones. The EC2 instances run behind an application load balancer in their VPC. A solutions architect has observed that incoming traffic seems to favor one EC2 instance, resulting in latency for some requests. What should the solutions architect do to resolve this issue? Option A. Disable session affinity on the ALB. Option B. Replace the ALB with a network load balancer. Option C. Increase the number of EC2 instances in each availability zone. Option D. Adjust the frequency of the health checks on the ALB's target group. The answer is option A. Session affinity, or sticky sessions, is a feature of the application load balancer that keeps client requests directed to the same EC2 instance for the duration of the session. This can lead to latency issues if one EC2 instance becomes overloaded while others remain underutilized. Disabling session affinity will enable the ALB to distribute incoming requests evenly across all available instances, thus balancing the load and reducing latency for all users. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to check out our website where you can find more questions for this exam. The link will be in the description. Thank you for watching and good luck on your exams.